Mr. Vancouverden, what brings you to Vancouver? What are the parties, groups, the people you're meeting on this visit? And what exactly is the agenda of this visit?
Well, we're here celebrating Canada's big year of sport. 2026 is going to be awesome for Canada from coast to coast to coast and celebrating all of the sports that are coming our way, but also the Olympics and the Paralympics, which are in Milano Cortina. But Canada will do very well because it's the Winter Games and, we love to see it. But this kicks it all off, and 7 matches from the FIFA Men's World Cup will be happening right here at BC Place. So we're here meeting with stakeholders, with Vancouver, with BC, with Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh stakeholders, making sure that we're all on the same page, making sure that these are going to be the best 7 matches in the entire 104 match tournament, and everything's going very, very well. So people should be very excited in anticipation of the FIFA 2026 Men's World Cup, which is going to be really the milestone of the year of sport for Canada.
We're in the BC Place Stadium right now, and right behind us we see a lot of preparations going on. What have you seen or heard so far about the readiness, about the preparedness? And are we on track considering the timeline?
100% on track, and it's great because we're seeing updates to 3 major areas here for BC Place. One is the player experience. So the enhancement of the turf, they're raising it by 40 centimeters and bringing in local grass grown in Chilliwack from a local sod farmer. Really, really cool. It's going to provide a world-class playing surface for those 7 matches, but also the fan experience. You see a brand new giant Jumbotron going up. It's going to be incredible. So fans will really, really feel like they can see, the most intimate parts of the game when they watch it up on that viewing screen. So no matter where you're watching from here in BC Place or at home, you're going to get that incredible experience. But third, and certainly not least, are 2 things. One, the accessibility of this stadium is going up. We're doubling the number of elevators so that people can access their seats if they're using mobility devices. But also, we're enhancing the business capacity of this place to be able to host conferences. We're using the windows more effectively so that you can look out on the most beautiful city in the world. So BC Place is getting a big facelift from FIFA Men's World Cup 2026.
You talked about the fan experience. Fan experience in the stadium itself is a different story, but then the fan experience outside the stadium, in traffic, on their travels, with the staying facilities, the hotels, what are they charging? That experience adds on to the experience in the stadium as well. So are you taking in consideration the whole experience or just the stadium experience?
No, 100%. We're here visiting not just BC Place, but also the conference center, which will be hosting the FIFA Congress on April the 30th. It's a massive event where 211 nations from around the world. It's bigger than the UN, right? And Vancouver is hosting that. It's an incredible diplomatic opportunity. But the fan experience outside the stadium is very important because we have viewing stages, we have fan zones, we have a caravan that's going across the country. FIFA World Cup is for everybody, not just the people who are fortunate enough to be in the stadium during one of the matches, but there's going to be free experiences for families to be able to go, bring a picnic, watch a game, enjoy the outdoors in the summer, and those free fan experiences are going to be across the country, but the one here at the PNE is going to be fantastic. So looking forward to a very, very accessible experience for the FIFA Men's World Cup.
You said it's for everybody, and when we talk about everybody, we have to talk about the Indigenous partners as well. What's being made sure? How are we ensuring that they are being heard and their priorities are being taken care of as well?
That's a very good question because truth and reconciliation is central to everything that we do as a government and certainly important from a sport experience as well. So my next meeting is with Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh stakeholders and leadership, and we're making sure that there's art and leadership involved in the entire experience so that it's a genuine expression of our desire, which is mutually held with Vancouver and British Columbia to walk the path of truth and reconciliation. Interestingly, 3 of the games are with New Zealand and Australia, and I can actually think of no other 3 nations which have taken on truth and reconciliation with Aboriginal and Indigenous people to the same degree as those 3 nations. So it'll be an incredible opportunity to discuss, between the nations, with the nations, but also those people-to-people ties are so important. So it's a very, very high priority to ensure that the First Nations, host nations, are central to our FIFA plans.
Are you also trying to in somewhat way, encourage the youth sport as well? So that the youth gets inspired from events like these?
Yeah, so this is actually the most important piece of the legacy for me. When we talk about legacy, we talk about hard legacy and so-called soft legacy. Hard legacy being more elevators at BC Place, that's important. Soft legacy is more people participating in sport, more registrations for soccer, more people interested in daily physical activity and their routines, just including more movement because that's good for our health and our mental health. It's also really good for public safety. So we want to make sure that the biggest soft legacy of the FIFA 2026 Men's World Cup is a healthier country and a greater commitment to activities, to recreation, to sports. We want to see more kids involved in sports, and that's why our federal government is investing in FIFA Men's World Cup to ensure that strong, soft legacy of participation is here in Vancouver.
But to get full or long-term benefits out of that, you'll need regular investments instead of just FIFA investments. So are you looking at long-term investments as well for that?
Indeed, yeah. We've been working with Canada Soccer to ensure that when they host, they'll be receiving some additional funding from FIFA. And from a government perspective, we also want to maintain our strong relationship with Canada Soccer. They're an incredible stakeholder, and they're doing a very, very good job growing the game here in Canada from a high-performance perspective on our men's and women's teams, but also from the perspective of just grassroots.
Are you taking in consideration the cost-benefit analysis as well for the FIFA games, or do you think events like these should be put into a category that's outside of cost-benefit analysis?
No, it's a very, very good question, very important. So like I said, our government investment is around $320 million, but we're looking forward to a $2 billion GDP boost, which includes a more than $4 billion positive economic output over the course of the years involving, because people have been working on this for more than 1 year. So it's not just a 2026 value, it's also creating value in 24, 25, and 27. That's creating more than 24,000 jobs. It's providing opportunities. It's using local venues and vendors, like I said, not just BC Place, but also all the way to Chilliwack, where we're growing the grass for the stadium. So it's great for our economy, and hosting the largest event in the world next year poses an incredible opportunity that Canada is very, very fortunate to have.
Mr. Benz, is it okay if I ask you the questions in Punjabi?
Yeah, absolutely.
So ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਾਸਟ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਐਨਾਲਿਸਿਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਵੈਨਕੂਵਰ ਦੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਸ ਇਲਾਕੇ ਤੇ ਫੋਕਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਇਸ ਇਲਾਕੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਖਾਸ ਲਾਭ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਆ?
ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ, ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਿਛਲਾ ਵੀ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਜੇ ਦੇਖੀਏ, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਓਲੰਪਿਕਸ ਵੀ ਹੋਸਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ, ਉਹਦੀ ਲੈਗੇਸੀ ਕੀ ਸੀ? ਉਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਾਈਵੇਜ਼ ਬਿਲਡ ਕੀਤੇ, ਸਕਾਈ ਟ੍ਰੇਨ ਬਿਲਡ ਕੀਤੀ, ਓਲੰਪਿਕ ਓਵਲ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਖੇਡ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਹਟੇ ਆ, ਇਹ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗਾਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਬਣਨਗੀਆਂ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀ ਬਣਨੀ ਹੈ ਵੈਨਕੂਵਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, UBC ਹੋਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਲਾਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਰਿਚਮੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ, ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਖਰਚ ਕੇ ਮੈਚਸ ਦਿਖਾਉਣੇ ਆ। ਉਦੋਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਇਨਵੋਲਵਡ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗਾਹਾਂ ਅਗਲੀਆਂ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਲਈ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ 4 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਕੋਈ ਛੋਟਾ ਨੰਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਕਾਫੀ ਬਿਗ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ। ਬਾਕੀ 200 ਕੰਟਰੀ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਆ, ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ, ਮੀਟਿੰਗਸ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ, ਵੱਡੇ ਲੀਡਰਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਕੰਟਰੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਆਉਣਗੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਹੋਗਾ। ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ।
ਆਪਣੇ ਲੋਕਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੰਸਰਨਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਅਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਹੋਰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਥਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਟਰੈਵਲਿੰਗ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਭਲੀ ਭਾਂਤ ਵਾਕਫ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੋ। ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਜੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਕ੍ਰੈਸ਼ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਘੰਟਿਆਂ ਵੱਧੀ ਜਾਮ ਦਾ ਸਾਹਮਣਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ, ਡਿਲੇਜ਼ ਦਾ ਸਾਹਮਣਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ। ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲੋਕਲ ਕੰਸਰਨਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕਲ ਸਾਥੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਇਨਪੁਟ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਸੋ ਦੈਟ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਗੇਮਸ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕਲ ਚੈਲੰਜਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਓਵਰਕਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕੇ ਅਤੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਤਜਰਬਾ ਉਹ ਸਿਖਾਵਾਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕੇ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਪਾਰਟਨਰ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਆ, ਟਰਾਂਸਲਿੰਕ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਰੈਪਿਡ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਬੱਸਾਂ ਦੀ, ਸਕਾਈ ਟ੍ਰੇਨ ਆ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕਰਨਾ, ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਲਾਨ ਪੂਰਾ ਬਣਨਾ ਆ। ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਾਰਟਨਰਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਪੂਰੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ, ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗੇਮਸ ਹੋਣੀਆਂ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੂਰਾ ਪਲਾਨ ਬਣੇਗਾ। ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁਣ ਐਂਟਰੀ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਇਹ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ। ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀਜ਼ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ, ਲੈਟਸ ਸੇ 16 ਗ੍ਰੇਟਰ ਵੈਨਕੂਵਰ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਆ, ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਨਾ। ਸੋ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਟਿਕਟ ਹੈਗੇ, ਉਹ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਣ। ਤਾਂ ਨਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਈ ਆਪਾਂ BC ਪਲੇਸ ਦੇ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਆਉਣਾ, ਬਟ ਇਹ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਚਾਹੂਗਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਹੋਊਗਾ।
what are the steps being taken to ensure public safety as well?
100%. And we're working very, very closely with all partners from the VPD and the RCMP from a federal and provincial perspective. Budget 2025, launched just recently by Prime Minister Mark Carney, invests $100 million in this effort to make sure that Vancouver and Toronto have all the security provisions necessary and activating all the federal departments from the CBSA, making sure that we have additional CATS officers at the airport. Not only is this creating jobs, it's creating a safer environment, safer communities, safer society, and safer fan experience for all. So we're working very, very closely with all levels of government and every relevant local and national security organization. We're even including the Coast Guard because this is a coastal games. So we are working very, very closely. And as Sherpa, which is my title with the federal government, I'm working closely with my equivalent partners in Mexico and the United States as well. I've been down to Mexico City, been down to Washington, D.C., and received updates and briefs on security from all of those agencies. We're feeling very, very confident this will be a safe games experience for all.
The kind of relationships we've had with the US of late, it's been up and down. There's so much being said and done about that. Do you think this kind of sporting event can bring the countries a little closer as well?
Absolutely. I was down in Washington, D.C. for the draw during the FIFA draw, and we saw Presidents Sheinbaum, Trump, and Prime Minister Mark Carney sitting next to each other, having a bit of a laugh and, probably talking about things other than work, which is very, very important just for the normalization of our relationships, particularly in the context of a renegotiated CUSMA agreement. And yeah, sport brings us together for lots of reasons, but it also brings us together without a political context, right? Just for common purpose, to cheer for our favorite teams and to maybe forget about politics a little bit. I think sport presents an incredible diplomatic opportunity and a great nation-building occasion as well. That, when we come into a stadium like this, we don't talk about who we voted for or politics or what was on the news. We talk about sports. So it's a nice little release valve for some of that stress.
Any other comments?
No, thank you very much. Sat Sri Akal to all your viewers. Thank you very much